Hi you guys. So in this video I'm gonna fit a 36 DCD7 to a VW Golf. It's a Chico. It's the same as the Golf ones. There's thousands of them here in South Africa. The guy's got a problem with the original carb and he's been struggling with it for a while, and he's asked me to do a 36 DCD7 conversion for him. Let's see how that goes.
So to do the conversion, you're going to need a spacer like that. These I have made by a guy down by the coast, and obviously studs, bolts and washers, because the original rubber fitting that's below the original carb, that's going to be removed altogether, and we're going to install this. Then you're also going to need Carb Spacer. I make these out of polypropylene, they work well, and obviously a gasket for on top and below, like that. And then I have to still manufacture a gasket for there. I'm gonna make that gasket quickly.
And you're gonna need a 36 DCD7 that's jetted for the Golf. It's been rebuilt and jetted and tested and everything, so it's the carby that's gonna go on there.
Okay, so to remove the carbs, you're gonna take a 10 socket and remove those 4 bolts. Then it comes off that rubber manifold, it looks like that, and then we're going to remove those 4 to take this adapter off. So once the adapter is off, you've got to clean it up nicely with a putty knife. Just get all the burrs and everything off, and then we'll put the gasket and the adapter, and away we go. So with the adapter in place, it looks like that. I've got a gasket below there. I used the same bolts as what came off. Next we're going to put in the studs and the spacer and all of that, and then we'll decide which way around we're going to put the carby. So now I've got the 4 studs in, I've got a gasket below, the carb spacer and the gasket on top, and the next thing we'll put the carb in and then figure out the linkages. So what we've had to do here, that bracket there comes from a Ford Escort or a Ford Cortina. That's the standard Ford Cortina bracket that we've put on there. And this is what came off the Golf, the standard Golf bracket that holds the cable. And we've just drilled it there, put those 2, I think the M5s through. And this guy's got quite a heavy throttle paddle, so we've had to put 2 return springs to return it. Now we are busy making a bracket for this side. The bracket for this side that holds the actual cable looks like that, and it's going to go in there. And then the piece of the original cable, I'm simply just going to weld next to that, and then it'll be perfectly in line. So I'm going to do that quickly. So over here we took this part of the standard bracket, and silver soldered it to this piece of flat bar. The flat bar we bent in a bit of an angle, put it on the VCP bolt so that it's exactly in line. You can see there it's exactly in line for the cable, 100% in line. So now you still use your normal factory cable just like you would, but what we found is because of his heavy paddle, the springs didn't pull back properly. So I'm going to extend that a little bit so we can put longer leverage on those 2 springs. I'm going to do that quickly. So at the end of the day, we've had to put this little bracket on with the 2 return springs, because the throttle was not easy to return, and that works well. That works really well.
So there you have it, conversion done. It's not easy, and there's a few snags. The 36 DCD7 is quite a tall carby, so there's always a problem with the air filter. We couldn't fit the air filter at the end, so we're gonna have to. I've got an adapter that I gave the client that goes on top of the carby. And we'll see if we can fit a pipe on there. You buy these pipes at these motorcar places, to put a Donaldson filter or something. I've done a conversion like this on a Jetta 2, and there's a bit more space. On the Golf ones, there's no space for the air filter, so that is a problem. But anyway, we'll overcome it. I hope that somebody learned something from this. Keep safe.